Hi, y'all. Welcome to As Far as I Know. And this is the Monday work. It's late, I swear. I am definitely feeling that Uranus BS. And so, in terms of the energy for the week, we definitely are feeling Uranus. And Uranus is basically a nothing going as it is planned kind of thing. And it can really be, I was watching about the energy, and it really is about making small changes to what we already have going on, right? So I was feeling that too. So I just kind of added a few things to my readings. And that's how I tend to look at it. I think that small changes are really worthwhile. So I'll just use, I will pick like just a couple of things to kind of change up or keep it saucy. So, for instance, in my daily readings, I added mystery cards. I added a reminder that you're needing to see. So it's just about kind of tweaking things that you already have and that you already do. And I was looking at the energy for the week, and it's going to kind of feel like nothing is going according to plan. That is what Uranus does, and it usually comes in when we need changes. And, granted, I am not a astrology expert. So actually what I watched this morning was Chani Nicholas, because I really like her too. And so, it's a Cazimi is when a planet joins the sun. And so usually with a Cazimi, it is a really great time to manifest. And so any small changes that you make will have a lasting effect, will be probably promote success. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's really interesting what came up for your journal prompts. So, owl spirit, okay. So, this is owl spirit and crow spirit came up. And let me just say that you may be receiving a lot of downloads this week, and downloads just are nudges to your intuition, right? Maybe all of a sudden something becomes very clear to you, or you're searching for clarity. It may be like a lot of things just come through your intuition, and you're just trying to make sense of it. Because with our spirit, we're being asked to see between the lines, right? What is in the gray areas? What is it telling us? And so you might want to really record in general any information that comes to you, whether it's intuitive, whether it's outside of you, and really say, what is this telling me? What is this telling me? And like, I really believe that even, when you get intuition or get messages through intuition, they could just be things you just suddenly know, or ideas, or a thought that just suddenly occurs and comes out of nowhere. Write it all down, and then later on you can when you can get clear, you could say, what is this telling me? Because it is telling you something. It's telling you about what you need to create. Because co-creating is about creating something. You're creating something with the universe, which means that they're trying to send you messages. And it could be that they're sending you a lot of messages and a lot of ideas. And so if you write it down when it happens, then you'll better be able to see what is this really telling me? Because owls also are about wisdom. It's about things we already know. So in terms of Uranus, you're really being called to, this is interesting, grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith, and lion spirit, be generous of spirit. So especially in terms of these ideas, you're being led to take a chance on something and to share it with others in some way. So maybe even this goes beyond journaling and goes into, maybe it's something you share on social media. You know, an idea you share there. You're supposed to let it be seen. Okay? You're definitely supposed to share it. So that's something for you to think about. So your soul message is interesting. Am I letting fear stop me? And we are very much supposed to be starting new things at this time. We should have been doing it since the new moon if you haven't been. I know that I did a couple of things on a personal level to just new things. They're small things. Like, okay, so this is what I did. I started a new workout, right? Because sometimes, you know, as we get older and our body settles into our age, I'm like, no, I don't want this. I want better. And so I've been thinking a lot about health and a lot about, so I started a new workout. It's a workout for glutes and legs that I do twice a week. But I did all the things. I got equipment. I've been doing it. And I also started dip powder manicures, which I'm doing myself. And to some people, all those things might seem silly, right? But it's not about that. It's about doing new things. Anything new that you plant seeds towards will be successful. And we have a Jupiter Cazimi coming next week, which is major, which is any ways in which you manifest, you definitely should do it. Let me just tell you a little story, okay? And this is how I have found journaling to be very beneficial. So at the beginning of every week, I journal my goals for the week, right? What I expect to see in the week. In the course of the week, I do it for the business because I'm not exactly in a punch a clock sustainable business. So I digress. I write it down. So I wrote down the things that I wanted to have this week. And I've been needing a new bed frame. So I wrote that down. I want a new, you know, I expect to have a new bed frame this week. I expect to get it. I also wrote new sheets, but whatever. And I'm telling you what, an hour later, I got an early payment. And I was able to do it. And I'm just telling y'all what, manifestation is real. You just really have to believe it. So are you letting fear stop you? Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing up, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. Today, be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero. So how you can do that in journaling is to write about a fear, you know, or even share a fear with someone else. It loses power once it's out there, you know, and whatever that fear is, you're very much being called to do something that works against the fear, you know, because sometimes the fear itself is worse than the actual thing. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? And I feel like this is a bigger question of, is there a fear of something that you want that you're letting stand in the way of doing it? Because we're seeing it all over the reading. So take out the shoulds and the limitations, get out of your head, and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? So what are those things that you would do if the answer was yes? If you knew the answer was yes, what would you do? Ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? Then, what does your heart crave? And then take one step in that direction. And it could be that fear that is standing in the way of that. So what fear is standing in the way of what you truly desire? Okay. And lastly, Souls on Fire. This is your reminder. Do what makes your soul feel good. What are those things that make you feel good down to your soul? Right? Write about those things. Start doing those things. It could be things that you forgot, that make you feel really good, because we're in a time in which we are supposed to feel good, period. Celebrate your wins. Make sure to write down your wins. Every time you have a win this week, no matter how small, no matter how big, no matter how nothing, write it down. I am proud of myself for. Amen, amen. Because it's important. It's important to celebrate yourself, because no one is going to celebrate you the way that you celebrate yourself. Because I was having a talk with a friend today, and it was really about, it was about love on a bigger scale, but it was also about, it's very cliche, but we have to love ourselves the most. No one can love us the way we can love us, right? And it all starts there. It all starts there, because we were talking about, doing things for yourself. And one thing that I was bringing up, which is a question that I really, really love, and that is, we really need to get in touch with who we are. And we think we know, right? We really do think we know who we are, but we so much identify with the things around us, with the people around us, with our jobs, all of those things kind of identify ourselves. And, when you take away the job, when you take away the family, the being a mother, being a sister, being a son, being a friend, who are you? Who are you? Right? And how can you show yourself more love? Because the more that you want people to love you the way you love you. Absolutely. So if you're not doing that, then what's the point? Because, we can't really rely on other people or even their love for us to validate us, especially if we aren't validating ourselves. So just food for thought, y'all. Food for thought. So I hope this really helps, and I hope that you will do the work, right? Because, it's about journaling every day. It's also about journaling your feelings every day. Journaling things that happen. Monday is a great time to set some goals for the week. They don't have to be huge. And that's like, people always think like, it has to be super big. It doesn't. They don't have to be huge goals. Maybe this week you're going to drink 3 glasses of water instead of 2. It's still something to celebrate, because it's actually the smaller efforts that last longer, And so, yeah, I feel like too, it can be hard, and that could be part of your fear about, sharing things that you're very interested in with the world, but it is definitely calling for you to do that, So that's what I have for you. I hope it really helps. Toodles.